Hello everyone, it's Andrew here back with Car Mechanic Simulator in the Custom Classic Restoration. Let's take a little gander around the old junkyard here and see what we're looking at here. Alright, Hammersdale Australia S4, 2 new. The oldest we are looking for is at least 2000, maybe older if we can find it. And of course, because I'm, not looking for them, they're all sitting here waiting for me to pluck them all. Ooh, what is this? 93 Volson, 2040. Not quite yet. We're not ready for that one yet. And we've got the Reptilia R6, which, once again, 2 new. 2 new, 2 new. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right here. 1969 Chieftain TVX comes with a 2 carb OHV. Beautiful. And it's 800 bucks less than what it's worth. So let's grab her. Let's throw her at the garage. Good, good, good. Alright, is there anything else in here? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Coming on through. Alright, what do we got here? A 1999 Hinata Moon MK1 Cavalier / Mitsubishi Eclipse. It's a Sunrise Edition. It's got 147,000 miles on it. But they want more than what it's worth, so we're going to leave that here. And hopefully they'll come to their senses and lower the price on it a bit. Alright. So, now we're going to head back to the shop. And when we get back there, we'll be working on one of the cars that we picked up yesterday. So sit back and enjoy. Alright everybody, welcome back to the Custom Classic Restoration Shop. Here's our beauty that we worked on yesterday, looking still fancy. This is the one we just picked up today, the Chieftain TVX. And here's the one that we're going to be working on today. Let's bring this on over to the old car wash. Wash the interior, make it look all pretty. And now we are going to give it an actual car wash. I went and revamped up the shop here. Kind of made it look a little bit more authentic, we'll say. I'm going to move this over to car lift bay. Good enough. Good, good, good. Alright, let's put this up on the lift. Make this poor lift suffer. And squeal like a little pig. Alright, while that's there, we're going to actually go over and paint the parts. I've already come to a little bit of a conclusion of what color I want the stuff to be. First off, this right here, we're going to make it this nice, beautiful silver. And same with the other one. Good. And now, for the contrasting color and the body color, we're actually going with this nice blue. Perfect. Alright, I think this might actually be too dark of a blue for the other parts of the vehicle that we're going to be doing them with. But that is okay. Alright, let's see. We are going to go with... let's continue to go with the silver. Good. And I'm going to go with the silver again. Good. Alright, now... this will be a determining factor. Oh, yeah, okay, so that is the color we're going to be needing. Uh-oh. I screwed up, man. Gee, oops. Alright, now we're going to do that nice satin black finish on it. Good. Don't mind those, these are just colors, engine blocks for colors that I've already done. And then for this, I was going to do it blue, but I think we're just going to do it black for the sake of face, you know what I mean? This car originally came with a single carb OHV. We're going to be upping that up, and we are actually going to be making it a 2 carb OHV engine. So can't wait to see what that looks like. I think it's going to look pretty darn good, I hope. One would think it would. Yep. That's too dark. Let's go with this one. Good, good. Alright, now we're going to paint the other one. Alright, now we got the spring. It's a little bit lighter of blue, but I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to go with the silver. That's what I think we're going to do. Which should contrast perfectly with the black. It should give it a nice effect. One would hope anyway. Alright, cross member D. Let's see. See what I mean? Is this really, really dark? I'm not really down with that right now, so we're going to use this one, which is a little bit lighter. Which will actually match out almost perfectly with the brake calipers anyway. And we're going to do this, the same color. Alright, on to the next. What do we got? We got the fuse box A. I'm going to put a little bit of a shine to it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Good, good. Alright, let's see. Let's keep on cruising on down. See, that's the nice bright silver that we chose. We should make it pop really, really good. And we're going to do distributor base. The same blue. And now we're going to do the plug and cap. This nice, beautiful satin black. Alright, now the plug wires. Good. Alright, now let's see what we can do with this intake here. Actually, I think that would probably look better on it, right? Yeah. Especially since I'm planning on leaving the I think we're going to do it like this. I was debating on how I want to do all this stuff, but I'm getting the vision. I see the vision. The vision is not far. It's here. I can seize it. Now these will all be done in the silver. This card's going to be a complete blue and silver beast. And I will be painting the wheels after this. I just want to get the main colors done first. The wheels will be chrome. I know in the previous video I said, you know, I do chrome on a lot of things. Well, that's because it looks good. You know what I mean? So, and I'll show you what I mean when it comes time. We're going to be running 25-inch wheels on this car. Which should be good. Alright, let's see. Alright, got this one. Gonna do that nice blue. Beautiful. We have the body panels, so we're just gonna skip over them for now. Except for this. I wonder, is this paint? No, that's chrome. Okay, good, good, good. I didn't know if it was chrome or not, so that's why I was like, I'm not sure. The oil filter, we're gonna do it this color. Only because I like it. I like that color. And I think it's gonna look really good. At least I think it is, man. Yeah, I don't know. Doing the aluminum oil pan. And then for this, we're going to go the black. Alright, we're clipping along here quite nicely. Quite nicely, I might say. Do the fan blue. I think maybe it would have been better with a lighter blue, more like a baby blue maybe. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see once it's all together, exactly the difference it will make. And no. I screwed up already. Alright, no. I have an idea, like I said. No, I gotta change the spring color too. It's this one. Okay. Couldn't remember there what color it was there for a minute. Let's see, this one's that color blue. This one's that, yeah, so alright, we did get the right color. Okay, good. I have a dark one and a light one, so. And now we're going to do these shocks for the rear silver. We're going to try to keep it all, you know, we've got enough black parts on it as it is, you know, the engine block, the, a few other parts there, like the power steering pump. And we're trying to keep it away from going too much, you know what I mean? So, because the gearbox is the silver, I figured I'd do the starter, the opposite cooler. Good. Now we're going to do this like this. Good. It's going to look really good. One hopes. Alright, let's see. We got that. Now we're going to do the upper arms in the same silver as the lower arms. Alright. And then when we get back to the shop, which is just behind us, we are going to be getting the engine all set up and putting the wheels and tires together. And the suspension. Alright, now it is wheel time. So now we're going to go over here, drop this one down, turn this right into chrome, but we're going to lower the brightness on it just a bit. Just a bit. We don't need lots. Yeah, maybe we'll put this up to 65. Perfect. Just like that. Now we're going to come back here and do the other three. I figure these wheels should look pretty good on it. I hope. I hope, man, I hope. And all four are matched and staggered special. So, they should all work pretty darn good. And all four tires are the same size, 245, 25, 25. They may look a little small in there, but better look too small than not small enough. Or not, you know. Better look, you know, in there proper, you know, compared to what it could be. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. I guess I can paint all this with that chrome. It's going to look good. Good, I tell you, good. Look at that. Oh no, it's got smudges on it. What the heck? Alright. Let's head back to... And I also did a little bit of reorganizing and such in here. Not so much reorganizing, but, you know, kind of making it a little bit different. Went and did the outside edge. Went and did all the walls around here. Alright, 2 carb OHV. Where are you? Right there. Unfortunately, you can only do normal or easy for the sandbox mode, which we are in. That way then we are unlimited to everything. We're not limited to, oh, do I got enough money to get this, or do I got the tool unlocked, or yada yada yada. We ain't got to worry about that. Alright, before we go over there, I want to bounce off everything here. 15, 15, 15, perfecto. 245, 245, 245, beautiful. While that's doing that, we're going to do our front shocks here. Good. Got just a little white wall on it, you know. Don't need nothing too extravagant. But at the same time, these are 25s, so got nice wood flooring in here this time around. Gives it a more warm, homey, home feeling, you know what I mean? More comfort. Alright, now we're going to grab this. Perfecto. Let's grab this off of here. We don't need it there no more. Now, are we done for wheels? Yes, we are. Beautiful. Alright, let's balance this one out here. Perfect. Alright, car's already up on the lift. Let's get to it. Nothing left but to do it, right? Uh-oh. Come on, man. Shoot. Alright, now we're going to run our way up here to the gearbox, V8 OHV. Alright, perfecto. drop this down. Let's bring this over to car lift bay. Yank this old motor out, the old worn out tired one. Let's jump on in here. Let's remove all the fuses and relays. We got 2 A's left, 2 B's and an A. Got a B here, an A here, and we got another B right there. Perfecto. Alright, let's see. I think we're pretty much ready to go underneath the car now. Good, good, good. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to strip the body off. That's okay. It happens. Alright, now we take the drum off. Brake shoe. Wheel cylinder. Alright. Solid rear drive axle. Good. Take out the wheel hub 4. Good. Little bushing on the rear. Now we're going to take off the U-bolt. The other U-bolt. Which we're going to have to spray one of the nuts. Good. Take out the lower plate. Take out the front little bushing. Good, good, good. Take out the leaf spring. Take out the shock. Shock on, man, shock on. Alright, we're going to come on over here. Let's get this tire out of the way. Give us better access to the goodies that are behind it. Now we've got ourselves here a brake drum, another brake shoe. I mean, this car is fairly complete. I'm pretty sure I could probably restore every piece on it. But, and that's what this is about, is restoration, but that'll be in due time. Don't worry. You know, now if this was, say, a supercharged V8 motor that came from the factory like that, well, then that's a different story. And we're definitely going to be trying to restore the block and such like that, because then it'd be numbers matching, worth even more money. But here, money doesn't really mean much right now. Take out the little bushing in the front. Good. All right, let's get this knuckle housing B off. Let's get the rear shock out of the way. We've got to spray it. Actually, things have been going along quite nicely on this. All right, let's get the... Alright, we're going to get this rear knuckle housing out of the way. Get the differential out of the way. Good. Let's jump up here to the front. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to get this brake caliper out of the way. Get the brake pad. Good. I guess maybe we should take off the center cap and the wheel bearing too at the same time, you know. Sometimes that helps. I'm just saying. We got 2 rusty bolts I got to come out. There. Let's take off the backing plate. Now we're going to work on the upper control arm. Good. Let's get the inner or outer tie rod. Now we're going to get the inner tie rod out of the way. Rear, front, rear. Yeah, we're on the rear here, you know. That's the way it is. Alright, let's get the double wishbone shock absorber out of the way, as they call it. Get the lower control arm out of the way. Good. Steering knuckle C. You gone. Let's get the bushing out of the way. Good. And now let's get... There we go. Alright, now we're moving over to the other side. Moving on over. Alright, let's get this wheel out of the way. And then we can start with the caliper. 2 bolts, out it comes. Let's slide these pads off of here. Let's get this rotor out of here. Center cap, you gone. Wheel bearing, gone. Hub, you are next. Backing plate, upper control arm. Gotta bust that ball joint free. Alright, let's remove the shock out of here. And coil over, whichever you decide to call it. Alright, sway bar. 1 stuck bushing. Beautiful. Alright, let's get this inner tie rod. Now let's get the steering sway bar out of the way. Steering rack out of the way. Let's get this front bushing out, so it's only 1 left holding it in. You know, it's kind of been there for many, many years, so it's a little bit stuck in the position. Got to give it a little whack. Alright, let's get this steering knuckle C out of the way. Rubber bushing, you are next. Goodbye. And now the cross member. Perfect. Alright, let's drop this back down. While it's coming down, we're going to bring over a handy-dandy little welder. Good. Alright, let's run around the car. Let's grab off all the parts that we're not going to be using. Namely like this license plate, this door, fender, which is actually in decent shape. The front headlight, goodbye. And the passenger headlight, goodbye. Front fender, you are next. Alright, I think we're basically stripped her down. Let's hit it with the welder. While that's doing that, we're going to just sell off all these little parts. I wonder why the car's as bad as it is. It's from Minnesota. Part of the Rust Belt. I'm not saying anything bad about Minnesota. I'm just saying is it's part of the Rust Belt. Alright, let's put this oil filter on. Put the piston and piston rings in. There we go. Alright, we got 4 left. 3 after this. Alright, now we got 1 more after here, which is right here. Beautiful. Alright, let's put the rod caps on. Hold it, make sure it's all nice and tight. Alright, they're all torqued in. You guys heard the torque. Good enough. Don't ask what the torque specs are. I don't know. It's all pre-programmed for me. Alright, good, good, good. Alright, now we're on to... We only got 4 rod caps left. 3 after this one. And now 2. Good. 1. And now the oil tank can go on. Awesome. Perfect. Now we're going to put the flywheel on. Clutch plate, pressure plate, and the release bearing. Perfect. Put the altimeter on. Put the 2 bolts in for that. Let's put the power steering pump on. Good. Alright, now we're going to put the camshaft in. So we put the distributor in. Good. If I can get down there low enough. I could just flip the motor, but hey, you know, that's just easy. You know what? Let's live a little bit hard and dangerous, you know what I mean? Alright, spin her around. Perfect, got the other clip B on. Put the coil on. Let's put the fuel filter. Beautiful. And let's put the cam gear. I can basically dress this entire motor right now, the way it sits. Good, good, good. Now put the timing cover on. Good. The crank pulley, which is V8 OHV. And now we're going to put on the water pump, V8 OHV. The water pump pulley, actually put on the serpentine belt B. And now the water pump pulley. Now we're going to put on serpentine belt A. Good, now we'll put on the fan. Can't really tell that it's even a different color, but that's okay. Alright, now we're going to flip the motor back around. Put the old cylinder head on here. Kind of like that blue, looks really, really fancy. There we go, now we're going to put in the push rods. 8 per side, total is 16. Alright. This is the most tedious part of building these motors, is right here. Nice when you kind of got guidance. Alright, now we're going to start with the rockers, put them on. Once again, 8 per side, total is 16, matches the push rods. Alright, we're getting there, we're getting there. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Now the head cover. Look at that. Now we're going to put in the sprocket plugs. Good. Exhaust manifold. Switch around to the other side here real quick. Put on this cylinder head now. Eventually I plan on doing an all original build, like all original. I just haven't found the right car yet. Now that GTO that we picked up, That will be getting a supercharged motor put in it. That will be set up for racing. You know what I mean? So, just as an FYI. That's going to be the shop race cars, what that one's going to be. Till such time when I can find something different, like, you know, the Edgewood Hellcat DR Blaze. Then that will be the new shop race car. You know, put our name out there. Get more customers, drum up business, you know. But dang, these guys can build a winning car. Heck yeah. Let's go there. They know how to run. I was like, I don't know everything, man. I know it works for my car. I can't say I know it works for everything else. Alright, I'm going to put on the spark plugs. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, beautiful. Now the exhaust manifold. Good, good, good. There we go. Now we're going to put on the ignition wires. Awesome. Alright, the intake manifold, 2 carb. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Really need to change the color of the carburetor, but for now, it'll do. Alright, lower air base. I'm going to put on the air filter. Good. Now the cover. Perfect. And the motor is built. So we're going to leave this here. Right, we're going to flip it over. Get it ready for the next one. Now let's go build ourselves a car. Ooh, look at that color. Woo! Looking snazzy. Alright. We need to find ourselves some interior for this thing, because I forgot to get some. Alright, has this car got buckets in the front, or does it have... Alright, we've got buckets. We've got buckets, man. We got buckets of good stuff. And I'm going to be using these seats, because I like them with these older cars. And then the steering wheel we will be using is a cape, which is right here with the horn bar on the bottom. Now we're going to run this over to the test path. Going to put our interior in it that we just picked up from our in-house interior shop. Alright, now we're going to put on these. Good. It's a little tight. It's a little tight, but it'll work. Alright, we don't need that one. We need this one. Alright, let's put on the front right door, driver's door, rear glass for the driver's side, front door glass, left side mirror, windshield, left fender, the hood, left headlight, a big huge bumper humper, man. Shit. Alright, I'm going to put on the plate, CCRS2. Why? Because it's the second build in the shop. Good. Come around to this side, put the mirror on. Good. And we did go with the aftermarket headlights and taillights for it. Trunk. Right taillight. And then the bumper goes right here. Put on this license plate. And now the body should be 100% complete. Yeah, it is. Alright, now we're going to run, wrong one. Go here, now we're going to run this over to the paint shop. Which we should have did in the beginning, but we didn't. Why? Because we're difficult like that. Alright, we're going to hit it with this first. Make it all one level. See what I mean? Fills in all the blemishes and such. Now we're going to hit it with the color. Now, like I was saying, there's 2 different colors here. We got the lighter one, which no. Darker one, I'm thinking yes. And now let's see, what do we got in here for... Ooh, actually that one right there might work. Perfect. That's beautiful right there, man. Shoot. Actually... Trying to get the right view on here. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to move this over to car lift A. While we're in here, let's go ahead and grab the engine hoist, since the engine's ready to drop in for the Luxor Bowen. We're going to bring over our window tinting kit and get this window tinted right now. And then we got to change the windshield. Good. Put this stuff back. Put this big bolt up on the lift here. Alright, first things first, let's put the fuel tank in. Alright, now the fuel pump. Put the differential in. Good. I'm going to put the leaf springs in. Start with the little bushings. Good. Now we're going to stick in the other little bushing. Now we're going to stick in the plate. And the first U-bolt for the inner one. Good, good, good. Drive for the outer one. Good. The shock. Oh yeah, I had a vision. Turned out the way I was expecting it to. Beautiful. It's always good when the plan comes together, isn't it? Good. Now we're going to take off the drum brake cylinder, or put on the wheel cylinder, put on the brake shoe, the rear brake drum. Now this big wheel. Dang, look at that. I think the wheel could have been a bit thicker, but you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's put on this rear muffler OHV. Let's jump on over here to the other side. Let's put the leaf spring on first. Good. Now we're going to put on the other little bushing. And now we're going to put on the leaf spring plate. And now the U-bolts. Now the outer U-bolt. Now the shock. Perfect. Now we're going to Alright, now we're going to stick on the rear axle knuckle housing B, backing plate, wheel hub 4, solid drive axle, solid rear drive axle I should say. Gotta be precise about it now. Now the brake shoe, now the rear muffler V8 OHV, the brake drum, now the wheel. Good, good, good. Alright, we're done back here. Now we're going to work our way up here to the front. Let's start with the cross member. Let's put that into play. Good. Put on the bigger bushings on that side. Once we get past the engine block silhouette, I'm saying this is where the engine goes. Alright, now we're going to put on the sway bar B for the front. Put on the inner tie rod for the passenger side. Inner tie rod for the driver's side. Now let's get this rear driver's side bushing in the front on. Perfect. Let's do the front driver's side bushing for the cross member. Good, good, good. Alright, steering knuckle C. You are next. Alright, now we're going to put on the upper control arm. Oh, maybe I should have did something different here. I just realized how much aluminum colors can be in the center here. But that's okay. It's a custom gig, right? Alright, stick on the outer tie rod. Alright, the backing plate. Wheel hub. Alright, wheel hub bearing. Center cap. Bus cap, keep the bearing safe. Rotor. Pad. And the caliper and caliper cylinder. I'm going to stick on the wheel. Jump on over here to the passenger side. Good. There we go. Now we're going to stick on the outer tie rod to hold it all together, you know, because that's a strong tie rod. Stick on the lower control arm first. Do a little bit different than the other side. I'm going to stick on the shock. Going to keep it upright. The sway bar end link B. Good. Now we're going to put on the upper control arm. Good, good, good. Alright, I'm going to stick on the backing plate for the front. The wheel hub. Wheel bearing. Wheel hub cap. Rotor. A brake pad. And the caliper. Good, good, good. Now the wheel. If it'll let me here. Alright, suspension is done. Let's drop this back down. Actually, I think it looks pretty darn sharp. Huh, cool. Alright, jump on under here. Start with the brake master cylinder. And come around here to the fuse box. Put on relay A, another relay A. We got 3 B's and 3 C's for the relays. Alright, put the other one up there. Put this one there. Got another one right here. Another one over there. Perfect. Put on the medium fuses. I think it's a B. No, an A. And then we got a B. And then a C. A, B, C. Beautiful. Stick on the fuse box cover A. Awesome. Put in the radiator. Power steering reservoir. Windshield washer coolant jug. Or windshield washer jug reservoir. My battery goes somewhere up here. I just don't know where yet. We'll figure that out when the time comes. I feel like I'm forgetting something here. Which I am, of course. Glad I spotted that now, not when we're on the dyno. Alright, yank this motor off of here. Alright, let's put it in its final resting place. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Alright, let's put some oil in it. I think the white walls actually make it look bigger and cleaner in here. Don't you all think? Well, let's clean that up. Make a mess. That's what I do. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Now we're going to stick in the windshield washer fluid. Good. Now the coolant. Alright, clean that up. Put on Z-brake fluid. Good. Alright, I think we're done with fluid. Let's put this thing back up in the air. Connect everything underneath. And I know it's not going to be no major powerhouse or nothing, but let's see what we've increased the power to on the dyno, shall we? Alright, now the starter. Good. The drive shaft. Awesome. Now we got a few pipes here. We got the middle mufflers that we got to slide in. And now we got the front exhaust pipe V8 OHVC. Got one more. And this car should now officially be at 100%. No, because we're missing the battery, which we can worry about when it gets to the test path. We gotta go give an alignment. Alright, let's see. Where's that battery gone? Like way up over here in the corner. Good. Now it should be at 100%. Perfect. Alright. Good. Let's give it a headlight alignment. Perfect. Do the right one now. Don't know how this works with me standing in the way, but miracles never cease to amaze me. Okay. Now we're going to run this over to the dyno. I mean, that is a beautiful machine, isn't it? Beautiful machina. Alright, now let's bump this up to, we'll go 390. Something to haul this big beast around, you know. Perfect. Alright. See how much we've actually increased power by. Because right now, with the 2 carb OHV, it's supposed to have 330 horsepower, 4,600 RPM, and 427 pound-feet of torque at 3,200 RPM. I'm very curious as to what we've actually done with it and see how much we've actually increased it by. Alright, we are now at 587 horsepower at 4,600 RPM, which is an increase of 257 horsepower at 78%, and 742 pound-feet of torque at 3,300 RPM, which is an increase of 316 pound-feet or 74%. Our drag rating is now a C at 223. Beautiful. Now we move this back over to, and move over to car lift B, because I don't want to see it out in the weather, ruining this beautiful paint job. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look good? And it really does, doesn't it? Alright, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody who's been watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button if you're new here and you enjoy what you're seeing. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.